Hello and welcome everyone, it is me, Telefon, also known as the POTE Duelist, back for you with another deck profile, and this is a very exciting one. I legit just ripped open the mail envelope containing the new Morphtronics support, so I just quickly want to give you guys an update what will be my equipped Morphtronic list for the foreseeable future. Starting off, the main deck is a card that is funnily enough not named Morphtronic, but is tightly related. It is Gadget Gamer. If this guy is normal summoned, you can add a level 1 machine from your deck to your hand, which is of course basically every important piece of like the Telefon kind of trio. And also you contribute this guy to special summon a Morphtronic from your hand and then special summon a Gadget Hauler from your hand or deck. That's why we're playing the one Gadget Hauler as a Garnet, as Gadget Gamer on his own is a 1-card Power Tool Dragon, which is very nice, especially in combination with the new tuner monster in Telefon that we got. So a very solid normal summon to start off the deck. I'm still playing 2 Boomboxen. I've seen a few lists that cut out the level 4s in favor of just like generic extenders and other stuff. I still think having like 2 level 4s to kind of have one to reveal and then maybe search a second one off of remoteness very nice. So we're still playing Boomboxen, even if it's just for the Earth portion and the double attacking. Also, something that makes Boomboxen like a tad bit better in the main is that Scopen is still a 3-off. While in attack position, this guy lets you once per turn special summon a level 4 Morphtronic from your hand, but it gets popped in the end phase, which is quite frankly doesn't matter because you're going to use it for a Synchro or a Link play anyways. And while in defense, Scopen is treated as a level 4 monster, which I think comes up a bit more now that I've finally got my hand on a Halka Fibrax, and also with Braver Dragon being a level 9, you sometimes do want that Scopen in defense to have a level 4 tuner, which makes that a lot easier to access. Another level 3, we're still playing 3-off Morphtronic Remoten. While in attack, this guy can banish a Morphtronic from the graveyard to add one with the same level from your deck to your hand. A great bit of just consistent searching that you have access to during your combo, which is amazing. Enables some decent Levier plays if you have, you know, multiples with a machine dupe. And also, while in defense, you can discard a Morphtronic from your hand to add a Morphtronic from your graveyard with the same level as the discarded one. This probably won't come up as much as the attack position effect, but it's there, and Remoteness is just an incredibly great card that you still want to max out on, to be honest. And then, yeah, we move on to a very old friend in Morphtronic Telefon. He's still here, still kicking ass, still as a 3-off, because while in attack position, rolling a 6-sided die, revealing that many cards from the top of your deck and being able to special summon a level 4 or lower Morphtronic, ignoring summoning conditions from those, is just an incredibly powerful effect. You're still trying to make great use of this guy. It's one of your main like combo pieces and combo enablers, even if he has gotten some pretty decent like alternatives in the new Telefon, but he's still great. Smartfon is just still an absolute unit for the deck. And yeah, the second of the telecommunications trio, Morphtronic Smartfon. Special summonable level 1 tuner by banishing a Morphtronic monster from your graveyard, which is already incredibly great, as that easily enables Formula Synchron or maybe a Naturia Beast. And also, while in attack position, you similarly to Telefon are able to roll a 6-sided die, reveal that many cards from the top of your deck, and then add a Morphtronic card from those cards to your hand. And with Morphtronic Converter, we now have another really sick target for Smartfon's effect that you hopefully can make a lot of use from. In defense position, you can roll a die, look at the top cards equal to the die roll, and then stack those cards either on the top or the bottom of your deck. Sometimes neat, but in most cases you will be using this guy to search to gain you that important advantage and those extenders. And then the one that has gained a lot of like infamy because of the FTK builds, 3 copies of Morphtronic Telefon. While in attack position, you can once per turn roll a 6-sided die, gain life points equal to the result times 100, which is kind of funny because it's a way to win in time, I guess. And then you can special summon a Morphtronic monster from your graveyard with a level equal to or lower than the roll. And considering that you cannot roll lower than a 1, if you have 1 on field, 1 on grave, you can continuously just loop these 2 back. You know, linking one off, using the 1 on field to summon this one back, then linking the other one away. And, you know, you get what I mean, probably. While in defense, this guy has a very nice Foolish Burial effect. You roll a 6-sided die, excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, and then you can send an excavated Morphtronic card to the graveyard, and you can then, you know, place the rest on top or bottom in any order, which is kind of neat. Helps you maybe set up some graveyard shenanigans. Just an incredibly great card, but I think like the main part is that he's a very good link material engine that the deck probably will take make some great uses of, especially if you're playing something more link based. Still playing 1 Vacuumin in the main, just for the defense position effect to be like decent spot removal, I guess. Because in defense position, this guy can equip himself with an attack position monster the opponent controls. Kind of neat. You do have a lot of ways to set this guy up, and yeah, I just like Vacuumin. In terms of spells, when we're talking one-offs, cut down to 3 apparently. A Foolish Burial to maybe set up the graveyard a bit more. A 1-for-1 and a Caught by the Grave. Monster Reborn is still a great option for this deck, and I think if I had the additional space, it would probably be here. But yeah, I think I went with Foolish because of like the better graveyard setup that you now need for Telefon maybe. But I think there's a lot of things that could change depending on how things feel in play. Still playing 3 Junk Box. Still isn't searchable, but it's still a great extender. Special summoning any level 4 or lower Morphtronic from the graveyard, even if it gets popped in the end phase. But you can just use it for a Synchro play or a Link play and kind of just work around that way, which is very nice. So Junk Box is still an amazing card. Similarly, we're still playing 3 Machine Duplication. The deck got a few more targets for this. I guess in the worst case, you can Machine Dupe Gadget Gamer. But not only the known ones in Remote and Smartfon are here, but also Telefon is a Machine Dupe target. So you do have a lot of options when it comes to that, to maybe go for some really silly plays, because summoning 2 additional monsters from the deck off of 1 card is kind of crazy, especially if those monsters have as, you know, very, very decent effects as the mentioned ones. Playing 3 Morphtronic Converter. This is another cool extender we got. You target a machine monster you control and then apply the following effect depending on its battle position, which is very in theme. If it was an attack position, you special summon a Morphtronic from your deck with the same name, with a different name as the targeted monster. And the targeted monster gets put on top of your deck. So if you like normal summoned a Remoten, you were able to activate Converter, stack the Remoten on top, and then summon a Smartfon from deck. Or rather, you summon the Smartfon from deck, put the Remoten on top, and then you basically have a guaranteed Smartfon hit, which is very nice. And also, of course, Smartfon access. And in defense position, you change the targeted monster to attack position, and if you do, you special summon a level 4 or lower machine monster from your hand, which is very nice. You can only activate 1 Converter per turn, one of the few cards that actually has a hard once per turn clause in the deck, but Converter is still an absolutely amazing card. For our Braver equip spells, I'm playing an Archfiend Staff of Despair. This is a recurable equip spell, because this, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can pay 2,000 and add it back to your hand. A Super Magic Sword of Raptiness for targeting protection, because while the equipped monster is in attack position, it can be targeted by card effects. And a United We Stand to make going for game a tad bit easier, and also because Braver is a bit small. 2,500 is not the biggest body. So having that is of course nice, and capping off the main deck is another old favorite, a Morphtronic Repair unit. Basically an archetypal Premature Burial. You can discard a Morphtronic monster from your hand, and then target a Morphtronic in your graveyard, special summon it, equip this card to it. Great extender to have, also easily searchable off of Power Tool Dragon, so that is very nice. Going into the extra deck here swiftly. 2 copies of Power Tool Dragon. I don't know if 2 are still mandatory, I'm still playing 2 anyways. Just the OG boss of the deck, revealing 3 equip spells to add 1 from deck to hand is an incredibly powerful effect. But in most cases, he will find himself replaced by the Retrain on your end board, which is a bit sad, of course, for the nostalgia, but Braver Dragon is an absolute house to kind of make up for that. Playing the one live stream dragon still. If this is synchro summon, you can make your life points become 4,000. And each bit of effect damage you would receive becomes 0. And if this guy would be destroyed, you can instead banish an equip spell from your grave. Has some niche applications, but I think Livestream Dragon is a more like nostalgic anime inclusion that you can probably forego for like a Borreload Savage Dragon or something that you have lying about. And then the one I've been talking about a lot, Power Tool Braver Dragon, the new guy. Takes a tuner and a non-tuner, and if this guy is special summoned, you can equip up to 3 equip spells with different names from your deck and or graveyard to him. And during the main phase quick effect, you can send one of his equip spells to the graveyard, and then either target an effect monster on the field and change its battle position, or until the end of the turn, negate its effects. Incredibly powerful interaction. If you're playing the, I guess, archetypal equip spell for it in Live Extreme, you actually have access to a quick effect pop via this, potentially, instead of the negate, but the negate is perfectly fine and serviceable, and Braver Dragon is an absolute house. I think 1 copy for now should do fine, but yeah, I'll see about that. Playing 1 Crystal Wing to have a monster negate that you can easily make. You can easily make this before getting into Nibiru range. And just having a monster negate is kind of crazy. Similar reason for the Dawn Dragster, but as a spell or trap negate. You make level 7 still very easily in the deck, and Dawn Dragster is a very good spell and trap negate to make on your end board. In terms of spell negates, we're playing a Naturia Beast still. Has become infinitely easier to make with the addition of Earphone to the deck. And just basically saying, no, you cannot activate spell cards is kind of crazy. The 1 copy of Earphone, as previously mentioned, if these guys are equipped to a monster, that monster can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase, which immediately also helps with OTKing. And you can only use, you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. That either being that if this guy is special summoned, you can target a face-up monster on the field and make it a tuner, which I think has come up once in testing up until now, but it's just nice to have, I guess. Or while this is in the graveyard, you can equip this to a synchro monster you control, which is very nice to give your Braver Dragon an additional equip to work with. Still playing the Armory Arm, more equipped synergies are always great, and this is another level 4 you can make to maybe synchro climb, and in a worst case, it helps OTK. A Formula Synchron still here. You easily make this. It's a nice draw you can get you can kind of make in your combo, and it makes Braver Dragon with OG Power Tool, which is kind of nice. And in another world, you can summon it off of Hulk. Still playing Levier. You easily make this with your Remotants in case you machine dupe those. And yeah, being able to resummon banished monsters, because this deck does banish a couple cards, is very nice. So still playing Levier. For the Link lineup, we're playing an Underworld Goddess to take care of pesky towers. And also because Underworld Goddess is, I think, one of the most underappreciated links at the moment. Playing an Apollosa for some big negations. Playing a Halka Fibrax because it's one of the best Link 2 extenders at the moment. I don't know why this card isn't banned yet. But yeah, it is what it is. And capping off the extra deck is a Link Karibo to protect a bit against attacks. Overall, I'm so happy, honestly. It's been so long since this deck has seen support, and I will be looking forward to, piloting this deck more now, that I guess we are moving into a new age, the post-new support age. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of the new support and what variant of Morphtronics you will be playing, because there's a lot of decent looking stuff. I looked at the Link variant, which looks pretty promising with Telefon now in the mix. I'm probably still keeping to the old and faithful equip stuff, and I can also see Synchro Spam being something that has seen a lot of renewed success with this new support, because you've gotten a very nice endboard piece and some decently cool new extenders that probably across the board make Morphtronic variants a lot better. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I'll thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys again next time. But until then, goodbye.